In this video, we're diving deep into how the former members of the 7 Warlords of the Sea are making their moves in 2024, with an exhaustive explanation of both the new and old members. This hot topic among Japanese fans covers a detailed overview of the 7 Warlords, their characteristics, strengths, and the impact of the abolition of the Warlord system. We'll unravel how the members of the 7 Warlords were selected and the purpose and significance of their roles. We'll delve deeply into the personality and abilities of each member, analyzing in detail how they've influenced the world of One Piece. Next, we'll explore how the abolition of the Warlord system has created ripples and how it will affect the future of the story, all explained in an easy-to-understand manner. For our English-speaking fans, we've translated these heated discussions from Japan to bring them to you. If you find something new or surprising about the members of the 7 Warlords, please don't hesitate to hit like and subscribe to the channel. And in the comments, let us know which Warlord member or their episode left the most significant impression on you. Now, let's jump right into this fascinating analysis. First, let's focus on the notorious Blackbeard, also known as Marshal D. Teach, a current Emperor of the Sea in the world of One Piece. He stands out in the pirate world, often compared to the Pirate King himself. What makes Blackbeard truly unique in the series is his unprecedented ability to wield multiple devil fruit powers. Normally, consuming 2 devil fruits would lead to one's body disintegrating, but how Blackbeard managed to eat 2 remains a mystery. The specifics of this enigma haven't been disclosed, but it's clear his body has unusual properties. During the Summit War, he seized the formidable Tremor-Tremor ability from Whitebeard, transforming into one of the most powerful characters. With the Dark and Tremor-Tremor abilities combined, his strength is immeasurable. Post-Summit War, he defeated Bonnie, a fellow member of the Worst Generation, and triumphed over the remnants of Whitebeard's crew, solidifying his position as an emperor. His defeat of Marco-led Whitebeard's remnants was truly spectacular. Currently, Blackbeard continues to expand his influence, plotting to include Hachinosu as a subordinate nation, which will undoubtedly increase his sway even further. Furthermore, the spotlight is on Blackbeard as he approaches Egghead Island, with speculation rife about his grand plans. There are several theories about why he's heading to Egghead Island. One strong possibility is his scheme to abduct both Seraphims and Vegapunk. Having witnessed the immense power of Seraphims on Kambaka Kingdom, Blackbeard might have started devising a new strategy. By kidnapping Vegapunk, Blackbeard could potentially gain control over advanced technologies of the One Piece world, such as Seraphims and Pacifistas. This would tremendously empower the Blackbeard pirates. Despite the 5 elders currently holding supreme authority, Blackbeard has various means at his disposal, including Lafitte's hypnotism, making the success of his plans highly plausible. Given Blackbeard's experience in battling Seraphims, it's entirely conceivable that he desires them and is on the move to seize these powerful assets. Right now, a battle is underway, but originally, Hachinosu was a valuable asset for the world government, potentially serving as a bargaining chip in negotiations to make it a member nation. Hachinosu, with its precious resources and geopolitical significance, holds immense importance for the world government. So, the outcome of this battle could significantly impact how Hachinosu is treated in the future. In addition, Blackbeard, who has a hobby of studying history, is likely aiming for the research findings related to the Void Century that Dr. Vegapunk has been investigating. Knowledge about the Void Century could be a crucial key to illuminating the path to One Piece. If Pudding fails to decipher the poneglyphs, knowledge about the Void Century could provide hints towards becoming the Pirate King. This information is of great value to Blackbeard. Anyway, Blackbeard's appearance on Egghead Island is likely to evolve into a major event in the storyline. Caribou has also landed on Egghead Island, but since the battle began, he hasn't been depicted. The clue he left behind about that person might relate to Blackbeard. Although Caribou is restrained, preventing direct communication, there's a chance for a coincidental encounter and a possible merger. This union might lead to Caribou passing on information about the ancient weapons to Blackbeard. Next up, let's dive into the character of Buggy. He's become one of the 4 emperors, albeit in a different fashion than Blackbeard. Appearing from the early stages of the story, Buggy emerged as Luffy's adversary and was the first devil fruit user introduced. Despite seeming not overly powerful, Buggy astonishingly managed to become a member of the 7 Warlords of the Sea. His inclusion seems more a product of charisma and luck rather than pure strength. Feared by the government and other pirates, he secured a spot as a warlord. So, what exactly happened to him? In Impel Down, Buggy hitched a ride with Luffy and successfully broke out, but his role in releasing powerful prisoners and rallying them to his cause marked him as a ringleader. Additionally, his past as a member of the Roger Pirates became publicly known. Buggy's interactions with giants of the sea like Shanks and Whitebeard unintentionally boosted his reputation. Misunderstandings might arise seeing him aboard the Pirate King's ship and conversing on equal terms with the 4 emperors. Now, due to a series of misunderstandings and mishaps, Buggy has become the boss of the Cross Guild and has joined the ranks of the 4 emperors, the details of which we will delve into later. Regardless of how it happened, his ascension to the ranks of the great pirates is certainly something to be noted. Next, let's talk about Dracula Mihawk. Hailed as the world's strongest swordsman, he made his grand entrance in the Baratai arc, effortlessly splitting a massive galleon ship in 2, showcasing his extraordinary swordsmanship. This display was merely a pastime for him. It was here that Zoro, aspiring to become the strongest swordsman himself, challenged Mihawk. However, Mihawk, using only a small dagger he wore around his neck, overwhelmingly defeated Zoro. At that time, Zoro had already made a name for himself as a pirate hunter, but even with just the dagger, Mihawk overpowered him and struck him in the chest. Despite this, Mihawk recognized the strength of Zoro's conviction through this battle. It's widely believed that Mihawk's swordsmanship surpasses even that of Shanks. His remarks about not being interested in settling scores suggest that his combat abilities might also exceed Shanks. The full extent of his powers remain a mystery, hinting at unimaginable strength lying dormant within him. We, as fans, are eager to learn more about Mihawk's abilities. Following the abolition of the 7 Warlords system, Mihawk abandoned his base on Kurengana Island. He now serves as an executive of the Cross Guild under Buggy. The Cross Guild has become a threat to the government by placing bounties on Marines. We'll delve deeper into the Cross Guild and its operations in our upcoming discussions. This whole scenario originally stemmed from a plan by Crocodile and Mihawk. However, when Buggy's subordinates took over the poster creation, it resulted in a poster depicting Buggy as the boss. This poster spread worldwide, leading to a massive misunderstanding. Mihawk, who seemed to prefer a simple life, might have found this turn of events favorable. Upon learning of this, Mihawk vehemently reprimanded Buggy, but given his desire for tranquility, he used this situation to his advantage, ascending to the position of an emperor's executive. Mihawk's bounty is set remarkably high at 3.59 billion berries, surpassing even that of Buggy and Luffy. This unprecedented situation, where an executive's bounty exceeds the captain's, suggests that Mihawk's past and prowess are reflected in his bounty. Moreover, Mihawk is speculated to have connections with the celestial dragons, evident from the similar bracelet he wears akin to Doflamingo's. The name Dracula implies son of the dragon, hinting at potential links with the celestial dragons. Mihawk's history of hunting Marines suggests that he, like Doflamingo, knows government secrets and has been targeted in the past. The world government, unable to eliminate Mihawk, likely included him in the 7 Warlords to minimize damage and keep their secrets safe. This might have fueled Mihawk's desire for a peaceful life. Considering his immense fighting skills and high bounty, the notion of him being a former holy knight seems quite plausible. Next up, let's focus on Crocodile, an executive of the Cross Guild just like Mihawk. When he first appeared as one of the 7 Warlords of the Sea, he dominated Alabasta and overpowered Luffy with his sand abilities. He even defeated Luffy twice, showcasing a level of strength that seemed insurmountable. Crocodile is a character of great intelligence. 2 years ago, while a warlord, he acted as a hero of a nation. However, behind the scenes, he was engaging in sinister activities, stirring suspicion in the king and plotting to take over Alabasta. So why was Crocodile targeting Alabasta? He had acquired information that the ancient weapon Pluton was located there and aimed to seize Alabasta to gain formidable military power. However, his plans were ultimately thwarted by Luffy. As a Logia-type ability user, Crocodile was a formidable enemy for Luffy at the time. but Luffy discovered Crocodile's weakness to water using the moisture from Yuba and even his own blood to finally defeat him. After his defeat by Luffy, Crocodile was imprisoned and impelled down by the Navy, but he escaped during Luffy's subsequent raid. It must have been a complex feeling for him to escape thanks to the very person who defeated him. Now, like Mihawk, Crocodile serves as an executive of the Cross Guild. Essentially, it seems like Mihawk and Crocodile are the ones steering the guild's direction. However, with Buggy declaring his intention to seek out One Piece, Crocodile might show more active involvement in piracy again. As Mihawk and Zoro are destined to battle for the title of the world's strongest, we might see an intense clash with the Straw Hat Pirates. The future movements of the Cross Guild are something to look forward to with great anticipation. Next, let's turn our attention to Gecko Moria, a former member of the Seven Warlords of the Sea who may thriller bark his stronghold. Moria possesses the powers of the Shadow Fruit, allowing him to steal shadows from others and then plant them into corpses, creating zombies. He can also absorb shadows into himself for a power boost. However, Luffy turned this ability against Moria, inflicting damage and ultimately defeating him. Summoned to the Summit War as a warlord, Moria had less than stellar performance, taking a hit from Jinbe and being cornered by Doflamingo. Despite having absorbed many shadows, he was considered weak and nearly eliminated, an unfortunate turn of events for Moria. Other warlords who controlled nations or helped Luffy managed to avoid expulsion, but Moria's lack of strength made his near elimination all the more tragic. After the war, Moria attacked Hachinosu for the sake of his subordinate Absalom, but was captured by Blackbeard. Although Perona came to his rescue, the situation in Hachinosu turned into a major melee, leaving Moria's fate unclear. Nonetheless, with his Shadow Fruit abilities, Moria likely had an easy escape, and Perona too could have escaped using her abilities. Many mysteries still surround Moria, suggesting the possibility of his reappearance in the future. His next moves are certainly something to keep an eye on. Next, let's dive into the character of Don Quixote Doflamingo, a former member of the Seven Warlords of the Sea who battled in Dressrosa. Doflamingo is a user of the string fruit, which allows him to produce strings from his body for various purposes, from attacking and healing to using them to move by attaching them to clouds. His abilities are not only versatile, but also powerful, as he has awakened his devil fruit powers, extending his influence beyond himself to his surroundings. Showcasing unprecedented capabilities, Doflamingo's personality is notoriously deplorable. He's kind to his family, but merciless to others, especially to those who betray him. He showed no mercy, even to Corazon, acting without hesitation. His character was shaped by a traumatic past. Originally a celestial dragon, Doflamingo's life changed drastically when his father renounced their status, leading to a harsh life among common people. These brutal experiences awakened his conqueror's haki, and under the guidance of Tremor, he formed the Don Quixote family. After his defeat in Dressrosa by Luffy and Law, Doflamingo is currently imprisoned and impelled down. Numerous plot threads, particularly regarding the national treasure of Marie Joie, are associated with him. The fact that many storylines are connected to characters in Impelled Down suggests that we may turn our focus back to this infamous prison. Doflamingo's future in the story remains a point of keen interest for fans. Next up, let's talk about Trafalgar Law, a friend of Luffy and someone who has formed a deep connection with the Straw Hat crew. If we round up, we could almost consider him a part of the Straw Hat Pirates. During the Summit War, Law made a name for himself by heroically saving the lives of a critically injured Luffy and Jinbe. Later, at Punk Hazard, he reunited with Luffy and proposed forming a pirate alliance, marking his significance in the pirate world. Since entering the New World, Law has been constantly seen alongside Luffy in their adventures. Law is a user of the Op fruit, a devil fruit that allows him to create a room where he can freely manipulate anything within, much like a surgeon with patients on an operating table. His abilities go as far as swapping people's minds, showcasing powers that seem almost like cheating. Even the Straw Hat crew has experienced the uniqueness of his powers when they found themselves switched among each other. Inside his room, Law's abilities are overwhelmingly powerful. However, the usage of these powers comes at the cost of severe stamina depletion, preventing him from using them recklessly. Yet, Without his limitation, Law would arguably be the most powerful pirate out there. Law's ascension to the status of one of the 7 warlords of the sea occurred about 2 years ago. Utilizing the Op fruit, he negotiated with the world government, offering the hearts of 100 pirates as a bargaining chip, and secured his place among the warlords. Law is also rumored to be the mastermind behind the Rocky Port incident, where it's believed he took the hearts of those 100 pirates. There's little doubt that Law played a significant role in the Rocky Port incident. Let's delve into the intriguing Rocky Port incident involving key characters like Kobe, Blackbeard, and Wang Ji. This event is notably complex with many important figures entangled in this web. So what exactly was the truth behind the incident? While this is purely speculative, if Wang Ji possessed a sacrificial type ability similar to Hawkins, it might shed light on the mystery. What we do know is that the Rocky Port incident was orchestrated by Law as part of his ploy to join the 7 warlords of the sea. The fury of the pirates, whose hearts were stolen, and their subsequent battles likely involved a face-off between Wang Ji, Law, and Kobe. Furthermore, it's speculated that Blackbeard played a role, possibly defeating a weakened Wang Ji. This scenario ties up all the loose ends and makes the story coherent. Law, having become the mastermind by stealing hearts to gain entry into the warlords, inadvertently involved the Navy by handing over these hearts. On the other hand, being hailed as a hero for saving civilians and utilizing a sacrificial type ability could have weakened Wang Ji in the process of civilian rescue. This explains the dynamics between Blackbeard, Kobe, and Law, making sense of their interwoven relationships. It also rationalizes why Law and Kobe might have been seen as collaborators with Blackbeard. Additionally, the fact that Blackbeard delivered the final blow suggests that Law might not have been fully aware of the Blackbeard pirate's abilities. Next, let's dive into the world of Jinbe, currently a helmsman for the Straw Hat crew. Jinbe is an adept practitioner of Fishman Karate, a martial art that creates shockwaves by vibrating water in his body. This unique ability enables him to inflict damage even on opponents who are normally resistant to physical attacks like Luffy. It's a martial art that could be considered undefeatable in defense. Apart from his strength, Jinbe's loyalty and sense of honor stand out. He joined the Straw Hat crew only after severing ties with Big Mom's crew, demonstrating his deep-seated principles. Jinbe remains a cool character, adhering to his code of honor in all circumstances and against any adversary. When leaving Big Mom's crew, Jinbe returned his subordinate cup, a symbolic gesture of his departure. His fearless stance against Big Mom's soul pocus and managing to leave her crew unscathed was truly memorable. Jinbe has a history of making impactful decisions, having been a member of the 7 Warlords of the Sea and joining Big Mom's crew, all in the interest of Fishman Island. Jinbe's dream is to achieve true freedom for the Fishman race, and to fulfill this goal, he's embarked on adventures with the Straw Hat crew. Jinbe declared, "I want to board the Straw Hat ship and dedicate my life to Luffy's cause." As a result, this journey should also lead to the true liberation of the Fishman race. So, what does true freedom for Fishman Island really mean? It likely signifies living freely, similar to humans. The fishmen, despite their longing, are restricted in their movements and can't freely travel to their desired destinations. Otohime envisioned a change in this situation, proposing to rebuild the Ryugu kingdom under the real sun. In essence, Jinbe's dream is to relocate the Ryugu kingdom to the surface, much like how Luffy destroyed Nami's room in the Arlong Park arc, declaring, "It's because of this room, the destruction of Fishman Island by Luffy might fulfill Jinbe's and all Fishmen's dreams." The prophecy of Fishman Island's destruction, coupled with the homage to Arlong Park, makes for a truly poignant narrative development. Now, let's turn our attention to the Pirate Express, Boa Hancock. Her beauty, unfortunately, once led her to become a slave of the Celestial Dragons, marking a tragic past. Because of these experiences, she now openly despises men and the government. Considering her history as a slave, her feelings are quite understandable. However, there is one exception for Hancock, Luffy. She has fallen in love with him and has vowed, "If that is your wish, I will go anywhere with you." Usually so dignified, Hancock shows a charmingly smitten side only in Luffy's presence. In combat, Hancock is among the top warriors of the 7 Warlords of the Sea. She wields the powers of the Love fruit, which she was forced to eat as a slave, and the Conqueror's Haki. Her mastery of the love fruit is so potent that she can defeat even the top officers of the Blackbeard pirates and average vice admirals with a single blow. The celestial dragons feeding her the love fruit turned out to be a significant blunder. Currently, Hancock is a bounty head worth 1.659 billion berries. Following attacks from Blackbeard and the Navy, her island, Amazon Lily, has suffered extensive damage. There are still major plot threads involving her, and her eventual reappearance in the story is highly anticipated. How she will continue to be involved in the unfolding narrative is something to look forward to. Next, let's introduce Edward Weevil, who claims to be the biological son of Whitebeard. His mother, Miss Bakken, has asserted that the scientist Dr. Vegapunk could verify Weevil's true lineage. Furthermore, the appearance of Stussy, a clone of Miss Bakken and a subordinate of Dr. Vegapunk, suggests the possibility that Weevil might indeed be a clone of Whitebeard. The only physical resemblance between Weevil and Whitebeard is their white beards. However, Weevil's strength is reminiscent of Whitebeard in his youth, possessing enough power to annihilate entire towns. While the specifics of his combat style remain undisclosed, his formidable strength is evident. Regarding Weevil, Ishiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, has hinted, look forward to future episodes revealing Edward Weevil's handsome and cool side. Although there was a brief episode where Weevil acted as a decoy to protect the people of Sphinx, the details were not extensively explored. It suggests that there could be upcoming storylines where Weevil plays a central role. If Weevil is set to be spotlighted, we might see a narrative set in Impel Down, potentially involving characters like Bon Clay and Doflamingo in the plot. Finally, let's discuss Bartholomew Kuma, currently featured in the Egghead arc. His past is being gradually unveiled. Kuma first appeared as a member of the 7 Warlords of the Sea and encountered the Straw Hat crew in Thriller Bark. He showcased his formidable powers as a user of the Paw Paw fruit, making any victory against him seem impossible as his attacks were deflected and he, being a cyborg, was impervious to damage. Kuma reappeared in Sabaudi Archipelago, leading to the decimation of the Straw Hat crew and his eventual loss of self. During the Summit War, he appeared as a fully weaponized human, devoid of his own consciousness. Why did Kuma have to lose his self-awareness? Undergoing modification surgery by Dr. Vegapunk, he was presented with conditions by Saint Saturn to join the 7 Warlords and become a clone, all for the sake of treating his daughter Bonnie's illness. Prioritizing Bonnie's treatment, Kuma chose to sacrifice his own consciousness. He is a character of immense kindness, far from the tyrant he seemed, revealing his true gentle nature. Currently, Kuma's backstory is being explored, promising revelations about his life. If Kuma is to be spotlighted, we might see a narrative set in Impel Down, potentially involving characters like Bon Clay and Doflamingo. That's all for today. This channel posts summaries, explanations, and ranking videos related to One Piece. If you like One Piece, we would be happy if you could support us by subscribing to our channel and commenting. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.